want to say to you, all of you chiefs assembled here, we are the change.
No one has jurisdiction over my children and my grandchildren and my family except me and my brother and my sister. And that is how nationhood begins, by taking responsibility for ourselves and for our future.
If you want to change anything, you want to vote, you need to start from the ground up in your communities and in your nations. Not at some office in Ottawa that's basically controlled and funded by the federal government. We need to change that.
And we always will find processes that unite rather than divide our people. That's the job. And when we look forward, we're an advocacy organization, no question. We're not a government.
We need a national chief who can negotiate with Trudeau and the state of Canada without needing to share a laugh and take a selfie after. Don't get me wrong, I like selfies, but not with him.
Well, I was invited to the Alberta Chiefs Caucus this morning, and as I was leaving, Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations, Carolyn Bennett, was entering. And I was totally appalled to see that, because I view that as direct political interference in the electoral process. It just shows, you know, what it's come to, that the Liberal Party of Canada is basically running this organization, and that's wrong.
That federal minister coming into our annual assembly and interfering with our vote by meeting with specific groups over this pipeline issue, we need to stand together.
We don't need the Canadian government to interfere in our elections.
Yes.
Yeah. Woo! They do not want to see change. The government does not want to see change. And they're scared of it.
Turn on the mic! Turn on the mic! I didn't invite her.
I didn't say you invited her. I said she shouldn't have been here.
And I agree with that. She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be here.
So it's a simple thing to just listen.
Let's just go ahead. I'll say it. I'll say it first.
The results of the first ballot. Candidates, none of them have reached a 60% threshold. The results of the second ballot. Perry Bellegarde, 328.
This gap will be closed. Better housing, better education, better health care, and yes, lands and resources coming back to First Nations people, because we know it's assumed Crown sovereignty.